Sweet. All right, next episode, we're talking about the Avengers. This is the culmination of, this would have been almost 4 years of films. It was a big deal. They haven't done a huge team crossover yet, so this was a big deal just in general for like movies, for the superhero genre, just because it hasn't been done yet. But this one has been, telling a certain story, and it's just really cool. So this was awesome. I have a quick little story. I got to go to the premiere of this movie, and the crowds at Marvel movies are just the best because they all kind of think the same and they all laugh at the same things. And so I remember yelling, "Avengers!" and then literally the whole theater going, "Assemble!" and then we're all just cheering as the movie began. It was just a really cool experience. I love this movie. Plot-wise, super simple, so it's going to be really easy to explain. Really, if I could break it up into 3 parts, it's, hey, let's get all the team onto a boat. The boat flies. Let's wreck the boat and then go fight aliens. It's actually perfect because you have so many characters in this film that it has to be simple. And so if you're looking for like a great plot movie, this one's pretty bare bones, but it's also phenomenal because all the characters are just really cool. So anyway, let's do this. Some assembly acquired. Basically, Loki started working for some bad guys. We saw him last in Thor. He got betrayed by his brother when he had to... We thought he died, basically, but he ended up getting sucked into a portal going somewhere. We don't know. We'll find out later. He's now attacking Earth, and he's about to bring about the end of New York City as we know it with this giant alien army that we don't understand where it's from until the end, but he's about to do that. And so that requires Nick Fury to then bring all of these players into the game. And so he finally starts the Avengers initiative. We get Cap, we get Iron Man, we get Black Widow, we get Thor, we also get the Hulk. We recruit all those guys. Unfortunately, Hawkeye got manipulated in the first act of the movie, and he started working with Loki. Next part, they capture Loki really early on. It's kind of confusing. We're like, whoa, why do they already have the bad guy? You realize that he wants to be captured because Loki is the god of mischief. He decides, if I can get on the inside with these guys, I can make them all disturbed and to kind of blow them up from the inside out rather than just attacking from the offsides. So he's captured, and his play is while the Avengers are together, he wants to basically get the Hulk to rage out and cause their ship to blow up because you can't have a flying ship with a giant green rage monster in it. And so his plan goes off without a hitch. Unfortunately, they cause an explosion because of Hawkeye. He's able to shoot one of his special explosive arrows. He has all these crazy gadgets. And anyway, he blows up his way into the ship, and it causes the Hulk to rage out. And that kind of brings the ship a lot of destruction. So the Avengers that are finally assembled, you're like, yes, they're immediately... disassembled. As that goes on, we see that Loki gets Thor trapped in the same cage that Loki was in. So now Thor's been taken care of. Hulk gets launched off of the ship itself. Cap and Iron Man are basically repairing the ship. They're trying to work together to get this all figured out. All while Loki's going to create a portal using the Tesseract, with the combination of his staff, which is also another Infinity Stone, we'll get to that later, to open up the portal and let all these aliens come into New York. So when our heroes are at their lowest, they finally figure out, oh no, we need to actually become a team. We need to be the thing that Nick Fury has wanted us to be. And so Cap and Iron Man get the ship fixed. They go down to New York, and they try to figure out what's going on. Black Widow teams up with them, and they get Hawkeye back on their team. They basically hit him really hard on the head, and he's fine now. So that makes sense. Thor finally gets out of his cage and shows up, and basically they're now in New York. A bunch of aliens are wreaking havoc. There's a giant portal in the sky, so they all do what they do best. Cap tells everybody what to do. Iron Man flies around, tries to take out small guys. The Hulk finally shows up. He takes out big guys. Hawkeye just is shooting whoever he can. And then Black Widow kind of just runs around with Captain America, and they just kick people until they stop fighting. At the end, though, it sets up what we've been kind of working towards and what it will eventually be, Infinity War, where we find out that Thanos is who sent Loki. And Thanos is this big purple dude who has an obsession with death and making sure that the universe is not going to go hungry. So we'll see that in Infinity War. He thinks that by killing half the population, the other half will live a good life rather than having everybody live and having people suffer. So he's a madman, and he's coming after the Avengers, but we won't see him for another couple films. So but that's the Avengers, and it sets that up pretty well. So thanks.